Okay, so what if the chair you're sitting on right now isn't actually a thing? What if it's a very, very slow event? Today we're diving into the pretty wild philosophy of Alfred North Whitehead, a thinker who basically said our entire understanding of reality is just wrong.
And this really is the core question he wants us to wrestle with. I mean, is a rock just a rock? A solid, static thing? Or is it actually this incredibly slow event? A process of atoms vibrating and geological forces squeezing, unfolding over millions of years. You see, just that one little shift in how you look at it, from objects to events, well, that's the key. It unlocks his entire way of thinking, and trust me, it changes everything.
So who's the guy behind this big idea? Alfred North Whitehead. He actually started out in the super precise world of math and logic, but he looked around and saw what was happening in science, things like force fields and quantum physics, and he realized our old models of reality were just getting left in the dust. He realized the universe wasn't some big collection of stuff. Nope, it was a huge, interconnected process, always in a state of becoming something new.
Okay, so to really get what Whitehead's trying to build, we first have to see what he was trying to tear down. And that's this old idea of a universe just full of static, separate things.
For, centuries, the standard view is that reality is basically a giant machine, like a clock, full of these unchanging, separate little bits of stuff. But Whitehead just flips that whole idea on its head. He says, no, the universe is much more like a living, growing organism. And in that view, nothing is ever truly alone. Everything, and I mean everything, gets its identity from how it relates to everything else.
And, his own life was kind of a perfect example of this process idea. He starts out as this top-tier mathematician at Cambridge, but he didn't stop there. His ideas kept evolving. He gets into the philosophy of science, and then, get this, at age 63, when most folks are thinking about retirement, he packs up, moves to Harvard, and starts his biggest project yet, building a whole new way to understand reality itself.
So the big question is, how did he actually build this new model? Well, he didn't just pull it out of thin air. You can think of him more like a master chef, taking three really important ingredients from the huge pantry of human thought and combining them in a totally new way.
Yep, just three key ingredients, but they came from completely different worlds.
Okay, here's the recipe. First, he grabs the core idea that reality is a dynamic process from idealist philosophy. But, to make sure it didn't just float off into abstraction, he grounded it with his second ingredient, modern science. And for the final piece, he reached way back to ancient theology and borrowed the idea of the logos. Now, not as a religious figure, but as this fundamental principle of order and value that kind of steers the whole cosmos. It's an absolutely wild combination when you think about it.
All right, so before he could build his new system, he had to do a little demolition work on the old one. And his main tool for that was identifying what he called the fallacy of misplaced concreteness. It sounds complicated, but it's actually a pretty simple and powerful idea. It's the mistake we all make when we take our mental shortcuts, ideas like solid matter, and we start treating them as if they're the actual, concrete reality, when really, they're just abstract ideas that help us get by. Whitehead put it perfectly. He basically said our ideas about the world are like maps, and the problem is we constantly mistake the map for the real thing. We confuse our simple idea of a tree with the actual living, breathing, changing process that is the tree. And here's the kicker. Science in the early 20th century was basically proving him right. Physics wasn't about little solid billiard balls anymore. Suddenly, it was all about invisible electromagnetic fields, packets of pure energy, and space and time bending and warping. The most advanced science of his day was pointing to a universe that looked way more like an interconnected process than a big pile of static stuff.
Okay, so if reality is a process, how does that process actually, work? This is where Whitehead gets really clever. He takes a single, totally normal experience from everyday life and uses it as the blueprint for how the entire universe operates. And believe it or not, he said the key to understanding everything, from the tiniest subatomic particle to an entire galaxy, is hidden in that groggy, annoying moment when your alarm clock goes off. Yeah, really. So let's actually break down what's happening in that one instant. Okay, so Whitehead says your perception unfolds in three modes. First, and this is the most important one, is what he calls causal efficacy. This is before you even know what it is. It's just that raw feeling, the vibration of the alarm literally acting on you. Then comes presentational immediacy. That's the idea that pops into your head like, wait, is that my phone? And finally, there's symbolic reference. That's you consciously connecting the two and going, aha, it's the alarm.
Now, this might not sound like a big deal, but it's a huge shift in philosophy. For centuries, thinkers started with the idea in your head and then tried to figure out if an outside world was even real. Whitehead just says, nope, that's completely backwards. We have direct physical contact with the world first. We feel reality way before we think about it. And that's his escape hatch. That's how he avoids getting stuck inside his own head.
Okay, so now let's zoom out. Whitehead's big claim is that every single event in the entire universe follows this exact same pattern. An event takes in the reality of the past, what he calls the objective givens, then it's presented with a whole menu of eternal possibilities for what it could do next, and finally it makes a decision. It picks one of those possibilities, makes it real, and in that very act, it becomes a new piece of data for the next moment to deal with. It's this constant cycle. So, if this is really how the universe works, moment by moment, what does that mean for the really big questions? You know, like God, the nature of the cosmos, and even what it means to be you. Well, for Whitehead, the most fundamental thing in the universe isn't a thing at all. It's not matter, it's not spirit, it's this unstoppable, ongoing process of new things coming into being. And he gives it a name, creativity. It's like this basic urge of the universe to constantly create new realities from what's possible.
But that, of course, leads to a really deep question. If every single moment is a choice between different possibilities, where do all those possibilities even come from? Why these choices and not some other ones?
And his answer is pretty surprising. It's God. But hold on, we have to immediately toss out all the traditional images that come to mind. Whitehead's God isn't some all-powerful king who built the world and then messes with it from the outside. That would just be another static thing. And in his view, reality is all about process.
This comparison really makes it clear. Instead of a creator who's outside the whole system, Whitehead's God is the orderer from inside the system. God is the ultimate wellspring of all possibilities, the gentle pull towards what's good and new. So God doesn't shove the universe around with force, God presents it with possibilities, kind of luring it towards becoming more complex and more beautiful. So let's bring this all back down to Earth. What does this cosmic vision mean for you? Well, it means you're not some fixed, unchanging self that just has experiences. No, you are the experience. You are the continuous process of choosing how to respond to the world moment by moment, deciding which possibilities you're going to make real. And this quote just nails it. Your identity isn't some thing that was there from the start. It's something that gets forged in the ongoing act of creating yourself. It's the unique path you carve out for yourself through an endless stream of possibilities, one single decision at a time. So this is really the final big takeaway. If Whitehead's right about all this, then reality isn't just something that happens to you. You're an active participant, a co-creator in the universe's great unfolding story. Every single moment is a fresh chance to take the world you've been given, look at all the things that could be, and create something new. So the only question left is, what will you choose to become?